Let's clear some things up. Bama strikes out with the number one cornerback in the country, but everybody needs to take a deep breath. Stick around. This is way offsides. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you may be watching this. I'm recording this at 11 o'clock at night. Uh, First of all, let's just start here. We're not going to be sharing rumors anymore. We did a poll a long time ago. Everybody said they thought that'd be fun. We did that with some rumors that have been swirling around Brandon Arrington since yesterday. We were very clear that they were just rumors, that wasn't verified information. This is just stuff we're telling you is being said. Posted a video early today. I even said that I didn't think Brandon Arrington was coming to Alabama. But some people, I guess, didn't, I don't know how, but some people don't understand that they're just rumors and we're not reporting facts. We haven't placed a prediction for Brandon Arrington. We'll look at the Woot board really quick. This is the Woot board. His name's not there. But Bama strikes out with Brandon Arrington. Arrington posted, Hayes Fawcett made a big to-do today and posted that Arrington will drop Alabama from his finalists, and it's now just Texas A&M and Oregon. All along through this kid's recruitment, we haven't really talked about him much. I even said it in the live earlier. We went ahead and removed that video, by the way, because people keep thinking it's factual, and it was, again, they said in the title that it was just a rumor. I said probably 30 times in the video, like, hey, this is just a rumor. But anyway, Arrington, we've been saying for a long time that NIL was probably going to be a huge deal in his recruitment. We didn't think Bama was necessarily in it. I said in multiple videos, shorts, our chat online on X that, it just seemed off his time at Alabama. He was using it to kind of build his social media accounts and things like that. And so I don't think the thought process was ever that Arrington was going to actually commit to Alabama. I think the thought process was that he was going to decommit from somewhere else. The rumor was that was going to be Texas A&M for whatever reason, and it's not. He's probably, I believe his visit is next weekend, so he's going to take that visit. It's going to come down it's going to be an NIL fight between Oregon and Texas A&M. Adidas money versus Nike money. And Oregon's going to throw a lot at him, man. Like, they're going to throw a ton at this kid. So it's going to be hard for Texas A&M. I don't know where he's going to end up, but I also want to take this time to remind you that Alabama still has a commitment from the number 2 cornerback in the country, Jordan Edmonds, as well as Jair Edwards is still predicted to land at Alabama. That's 2 5-star DBs in one class. That's pretty dang good. You're bringing in 4-star cornerback Zion Gibson, who is no slouch, I promise. And so Bama's doing fine. I think that kind of took the wind out of a lot of people's sails because they're waiting on commitments. And I get it. Like, Alabama fans are very passionate. They care. They expect Alabama to be in the running for everybody. And that's fine. You should. The brand is what it is, right? But yeah, I did a video on this the other day too. These agencies, they make a lot of money off of the emotion, right? They are building you up, hyping you up, putting feelers out, things like that, to hype you up so that you will click as soon as something drops. How many times have you seen somebody from On3, affiliated with On3, drop there's big news coming at 10 o'clock tonight. Be sure to be there. Big news around a big star. Right. It doesn't happen often. And when you're talking about a school like Alabama, who's involved and in the mix, it's kind of a big deal. And so, I do want to apologize for the rumors segment. I thought that was something that kind of our subs wanted to do for a long time. We won't be doing that moving forward, just because it gets people too riled up and in a tizzy. And we definitely don't want to do that. So moving forward, we will only be sharing verified, certified information with you guys. Nothing from the rumor mill, even though we try to always add the caveat, the disclaimer, hey, this is a rumor, this isn't real, this isn't what we think. Like I said, I put out a video earlier today saying that I thought Brandon Arrington was going to end up at Texas A&M or Oregon. Now, what do Alabama fans have to look forward to? Well, we've kind of talked about this on our social media accounts too. In the next 3 weeks, there are several Bama targets who are going to end up committing, and many of them will end up committing to Alabama. That's one thing. The other thing is, can Alabama hold on to them throughout the fall? Because I just put a poll up on X asking, how important is the regular season to recruiting? And so far, all the respondents have said very, right? Or that it's extremely important. And so we saw this last year with Caleb Cunningham, who was committed to Alabama. Everybody was super psyched for the kid. He takes a visit to Ole Miss in the middle of the season and then flips his commitment. And so Bama's going to have to hold on to a lot of these guys moving forward into the fall too. Let's see. As of right now, Bama is in the run for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you include Anthony Tate Jones, who we don't have a prediction in for, that's 6 5-stars Alabama's in the mix for. Do they land all 6? Potentially. Do they sign all 6? I don't know. Nobody actually knows that because NIL, man, like we're talking about 17, sometimes 16, 18-year-old kids who are having millions of dollars promised to them. They're being wined and dined and catered to on these visits. Recruiting is very fluid, right? There's a reason that predictions don't come typically until right before the commitment. And that's because that's the safest time to do it. Because if you put in a prediction far out, a lot of things can happen. We saw, we had Xavier Griffin and Jay Clay on the show last week to do an interview. A few weeks before that, or a couple of weeks before that, On Three Wilt Fong put in a prediction. Everybody puts in a prediction for him to land at Alabama when he decommits from USC. He goes on that first OV to Ohio State, and then Chad Simmons comes out from On Three and says, no, it's between Texas and Ohio State. Well, he goes to Texas this past weekend, and now folks are saying that Texas isn't in the mix. Now he's at FSU on an official visit, but everybody's saying also at the same time he's still favored to Alabama. It's super fluid. All right. And so it's just the nature of recruiting. Now, I think what happened tonight is a lot of people didn't differentiate between a rumor and fact because they're patient. They want something. You see Florida right now. Florida's a great example. J-Bake brought it up in the chat earlier. Florida is recruiting their tails off right now. It's not done. They're about to land another 5-star. It's hard to watch other schools, especially schools that you as an Alabama fan kind of consider to be lower or mediocre. And Florida's, they've got a great history, but over the past, since 2009, have they really been a contender? Not really. So it's kind of hard to watch all these other recruits commit everywhere. It seems like Oregon's getting somebody every single day. Ohio State had their couple of weeks where they were just boom, 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 back to back to back. Georgia had a couple of guys. They had like 3 guys come out and say, no, they're shutting their recruitment down. Well, Alabama did too. Kamarian Johnson did the same thing. And nobody wants to talk about that because everybody's upset that these 5-star guys haven't committed yet to Alabama, but it's coming. It's absolutely coming. Everybody in recruiting circles has said the same thing that I'm saying to you now. Like, you have to be patient. It sucks because we're not a patient bunch. I get it. But rumors aside, like, yes, there are plenty of commitments coming. Some of which you're going to be excited about, some of which you're probably going to be like, why are we recruiting that guy? All right. Just because a lot of people think that Alabama should land every 5-star in the class. Well, they didn't do that under Nick Saban either. They're not going to do it now in the age of NIL. Things are going to change big time come July 1st. To an extent, maybe not big time. There'll still be collectives that are kind of, they don't have caps and things like that. The universities will. But just everybody take a deep breath. Alabama still, again, they have the number 2 cornerback in the class committed right now. Right? They're the number 1 linebacker in the 2026 class is trajected directly at Alabama right now. Number 1 running back, one of the top wide receivers, big time edge rusher. There are tons of guys that you're probably not even thinking about who right now are RPM towards Alabama. And we got a huge official visit weekend coming up, a big one. And we're going to post tomorrow and kind of go over all the visitors, who they are, where they're from, who you need to be watching. So make sure you stick around. No more rumor mill stuff. We're not going to do that anymore just because it upset a lot of people. That wasn't the intention. The intention was to get on the live and just talk about something fun together on a Monday night and wait for Hayes Fawcett to drop whatever the news was. And so no ill will ever, but it is what it is. So on to the next one. Thanks for sticking around with us. Absolutely love and adore each and every one of you. You guys are the best. Please say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands, horns down. Beat Auburn and LSU and Tennessee too. Roll Tide.